Hey folks, Nathan here from Star Wars Beyond the Films and the Star Wars Timeline Gold, bringing you a look at another Fantasy Flight Games Star Wars item. This is Star Wars Age of Rebellion for Fantasy Flight Games, Strongholds of Resistance. An unusual sourcebook here. It is a sourcebook of Alliance worlds. So worlds that are sided with the Rebel Alliance, or the Alliance to Restore the Republic, and hidden base worlds and so forth, along with some new player options. It's an interesting one. I'm actually going to just focus here on the table of contents because I want to make sure that we get to which planets are in here. Okay, so we have features in this on Chandrila, Kenyan, Moncala /Dax /Mon Calamari, Sullust, Ord Gimel, love that backstory, the Roche asteroid field, Thyfera, Yavin 4, the Independence ship, and other worlds and locations, smaller profiles on those. Then for hidden bases, we have Echo Base, the Polis Massa Base, Tierfon, like the Tierfon Yellow Aces, Outpost, and Defiant Core Base, which is like a crashed separatist ship from the Clone Wars. These are really detailed entries, lots of cool background and ways that you could work these in, either as places that you could work out of, or just places you could visit and spend some time working with the local rebels. It's got plot hooks for many of them to give you suggestions of how you could work them in. Then you've got, that's that hidden bases section, maps of many of them. Very nice stuff here. But then you get into your character options. Oh, next page. We have, for species in this case, we have Polis Massans, Quarrens, and Verpines. Again, kind of ugly. Except the Polis Massans, who basically have little to no face to show. Cool background information on each. Got some new weapons and such in here. New weapons, armor, gear, ships, and so forth, as you would expect. But the focus here is primarily on the hidden bases and the planet profiles and such. Settings for adventures and plot hooks for adventures, which include modular encounters. There's a few. Phantoms in the Dark sends you after TIE Phantoms. In Too Deep is about a peace conference on Dax /Mon Calamari /Mon Cala. Claustrophobia sends you to Sullust, working with the resistance there. And then the Gerard incident deals with Ord Gimel. It's basically a place where the main leader has gone missing, and there's all kinds of factions vying for power, including some backed by the Alliance and some backed by the Imperials. And there's an Imperial basically there stirring things up, or Imperials there stirring things up. There's also an Imperial stirring things up on the Mon Calamari mission as well. So, interestingly, this is a book where the source material seems to be set throughout the original trilogy era rather than at a specific point, because whether you use Echo Base or Yavin 4 and so forth really kind of depend on where in that era the story that you're playing is taking place, assuming you want to keep it to the Legends continuity. Not a lot of stuff in here that is from canon so far, and I would note the background of what's going on Sullust here does tend to lean more towards Legends than canon, so if you recently read, Battlefront Twilight Company, you might find it a little bit off-kilter with what you just read. But again, it's because a lot of it is based on Legends. $40 sourcebook runs about $25-26 at places like Miniature Market. I would strongly recommend it if you are playing Age of Rebellion. You're going to need those bases.